What's up everyone, it's Joey, Blush Response, and today we're checking out the ESCO F modulation Sprott filter. Let's get right into it. Alright, so we got the ESCO F modulation Sprott. This filter has been quite mysterious, and I would say these modules in general have been quite mysterious for everyone. If you're unaware, the modulation stuff is made by Peter Blasser, who does the Seat Lombard wooden synths, and those synths have caught on with a lot of people for their esoteric design, and they are very cool. But he also released this line of Eurorack modules that didn't seem to catch on. They caught on with me, and I think they're really impressive. So this one is a filter, multi-mode, high pass, band pass, low pass, and chaos pass. And chaos pass is probably the most interesting thing because it has a chaotic modulator inside it that is you can bring up to influence the filter and get very kind of a live sounding, ever-changing tones. So I've got a simple saw wave going through it. On the top end, you have a VCA on the input. Just a saw wave from the further generator. And as you can see, if I bring that knob down, there's no audio. So the VCA is a nice bonus. These sections are kind of normal, so if you come out of the high pass but also have the low pass patch, it's gonna drone, which can be annoying. So this is the low pass, a little bit of resonance. And you can hear that resonance with nothing going on. It's already super alive. And that's kind of what I like about it. Up until craziness. Sounds like a Nintendo. And if you introduce chaos, which is right here, really great. Let's hear band pass. It has 4 inputs, and then you have these diode inputs, which are not explained very well. And I would say in general, these modules are not explained well at all. Their manuals or promo text or whatever you want to call it has this gobbledygook of language that is just overtly difficult for no reason. I do not like stuff that's willfully obtuse. Thankfully, that didn't stop me from getting into the module, but if someone was looking at it, I feel like it's almost trying to keep you away from buying this thing. It could be so much simpler explained. Here's your VCA input. Here is your high-pass input with your resonance control. Here's your cutoff control, and here's your chaos amount. Very simple. If you try to read that fucking manual, you will never figure that shit out. Anyway. So you're hearing the band pass now. I want to note that if you go into different inputs, you have like different curves on them. So here we'll hear the low pass again. And you hear this one. This input has like a band pass on it. This one is just another type of band pass thing. And then you have the chaos pass output, which I'll mix in now. And you don't really hear anything until you introduce some Q and some chaos. And yeah, you can hear it just gets crazy. So for doing experimental noise, it's obviously very cool. And as you can see, it's very touchy. The other thing is that you have these switches here. They can put the thing into sub-audio range, mid-audio range, or normal range. Obviously, I'm using it in normal range right now. Let's go back to the low pass. Really great police siren sounds. So let's start sequencing. Have some drums from the pulsar. We'll go with the final out of the further generator. speed it up. Need some energy. Yeah. So you can see it'd be very acidic. And yeah, I just dig the vibe of it. You have these diode inputs which are not explained at all. They say it's just for experimentation. So let's fucking experiment. I just stuff shit in there and eventually, you know, something happens. We'll put another phone there. And each filter input has a diode input. But I love that filter sound. We'll hear the bandpass. It's an awesome filter. It's so like bubbly but also crazy. And the chaos has a lot to do with the type of resonances you get. Go back to low pass. Yeah. Digging that. Yeah. We're actually gonna pop out that filter envelope for a second because I want to use a CV mixer so we can get an oscillator in there as well as the filter envelope for some FM. Are back in there. So we got the envelope again. Now the oscillators. Yeah. Pulsar doing some cool stuff. Still sometimes unsure about the Pulsar if I'm being honest, but it does have a unique sound. And that filter is just insane. Let's stick a random modulation into the first diode. Why not? Bit of reverb. We'll also modulate chaos amount. And yeah, I just think it's a really good character filter. Like, it's got flavor for days. We'll even put the pulsar through it. That's just a pulsar through it now. But the filter's almost taking on a life of its own. Oh, bring. And we're just gonna CV everything. We got CV over resonance. We'll put some random on that too. Or no, we'll put an LFO. Go. That resonance is insane. We'll lower the FM. This filter reminds me of like a newer version of the Surge filter. Because the Surge VCF2 has that screaming resonance that you can ping out, and this and sort of a precision to the sound, and this has that for me. And in general, I find the CL Lombard designs, in my experience, I only have the Mobinthy stuff. I find it has that Surge ethos to it, in that you can patch complex functions out of simple functions. Something else found in Make Noise, for example, and I think that's really special. And of course, Surge. Speed it up. We're underwater. Mixing chaos pass. That's all the band outputs, and that is so liquid. Gotta love that. Ooh. Love that, the sound of that. Bring the oscillator FM back in. Yes. This filter is like, it has such a character that it can completely take over what you put into it. Yeah. Sprott. So that was fun. The Sprott is one of my favorite filters because it has so much character and precision and just interesting things you could do with it and its sound. As a filter and as a sound generator, I think it's just really special, really unique, and I'm kind of surprised it's gone under the radar, because you'd think with enough word of mouth it would just get out there. But then again, Fiat Lombard products they don't do any advertising, and the Momenthy line especially. So I've been digging it for quite a while, as well as the Denim, and I used both of them extensively on my Neuroscape album, and I'm happy to use them more. I think Fiat Lombard as a whole and their designs are sort of the next evolution of the Surge approach, and I think there's interesting things there, especially with their bounce concept, which I'll touch on in a later video, that can lend itself to new sounds. I love the addition of chaotic modulation in the Sprott. I think more devices should have interesting modulation. Chaos especially is underutilized, and I love the effect it has on the sound. There's dramatically different sounds you can create just by mixing between the diode inputs, the different outputs, the chaos modulation, and CV control. It really is unique and special to me. So samples of it are going to be up on my Patreon as always. If you're interested in supporting the channel, I've got some news for you. I have a new album that was just announced for Erica Synth's new label, Contactor. There's an accompanying interview, which I'll link in the pinned comment and video description, talking about the album, a little about me as an artist in general. Pre-order information and stuff is going to come a bit later, but check out the interview for now, as well as my previous album Neuroscape, which was released recently, and my project Hawkeye's EP Digital Threat. Both are out on my Bandcamp. Check those out. Neuroscape has collaborations with Richard Devine and Bon Harris of Nitzareb, which is really exciting for me. Check out my artists on my label Megastructure, and if you want to support the channel, there's affiliate links where you can buy gear. Any gear you buy through this link will help me out. You can also sign up for DistroKid and distribute your music, and I'll get a kickback from that as well. Thanks for watching. Until next time, peace out.